It's 28mm RPG. Rick here. And once again, we have the gang. Everybody's ready to crack up. We have, up in this corner, we have Spencer.
Hey.
And over here, we have Josh.
Hello.
And then once again,
Okay.
over here, over here, we have...
Whoa. You gotta go the other way.
Oh, it's this way on my screen.
Oh,
It's Gordo.
Hey, everybody.
I'm gonna go that way.
Go that way. And
Yeah.
once again, we are in the Traveler game. It's no longer the Nightcaller. It's Shadow in the Stars. Last we left off, we were on the planet 𝙏𝙍𝘼𝙑𝙀𝙀𝙍, where our intrepid crew of the Nebuchadnezzar had decided to somewhat explore and discovered some interesting things about the planet's surface, the people, how they live. And then, of course, there was the problem: selling the body of Sereg in order to obtain your bounty. Things didn't quite work out as planned, and thus we are in a situation where the Nebuchadnezzar is up in the atmosphere. Actually, it's in high orbit. There's something going on the screens, says one of the security guards. Looks like there's some sort of blip on there. Does that mean anything? Albus?
I'm sorry, brief out of character. I couldn't remember where it was. I'm on the ship, I think, right?
Right? Yeah,
Okay.
you're both on the ship. The only
Yep,
one who's still down is Josh's character, Cobb.
Yep. So I immediately access the sensor array and see if I can identify the target.
Roll a sensor roll for me.
What do you got?
2d8 plus your sensors.
Gotta figure out those sensors. Things are coming in towards us, man. What is it?
I'm sorry, Rick. Is that electronics?
You can, yeah, you if let's see what do you got here. I don't know, just roll 2d8. 2d6, I should say, sorry. Let's see. Skills. Good enough. From what you can tell, this thing is coming in at 2G speed. It appears to be a small craft. You are getting some sort of a small narrowband signal that seems to be hitting your comms unit every once in a while. Seems to bring up
Make
some...
sure communications are open.
I try to decipher the message to see if I can see, or it's just clicks.
And you're getting incoming pursuit. All hands on deck. Can't wait.
Pilot evasive maneuvers. This appears to be an attack.
And you're seeing it's still way far out, but closing in quickly. You can see it's around a couple of million out there, but that's nothing nowadays when you achieve speeds that are quite quick. Its incoming trajectory kind of indicates that it should be here within about 15 minutes.
I try to track point of origin, see where it came from, if it's from the planet or if it's coming from somewhere in orbit.
You're going a little deeper. Go ahead and roll your electronics, please.
A great crew.
You're getting what looks to be debris a little bit further on. Hold on. That's not debris. It's moving. Smaller objects. A lot of them. You're seeing your display suddenly start brightening up with all kinds of little incoming little dots, besides the one single one, which is a head. And what you're getting on your display appears to be a lot more chatter coming in on a broad spectrum band. Suddenly, the comms display lights up, and you hear more offer of pain and suffering for obedience, destroy all who oppose, tailless, smooth skins. That's all you're getting.
I try to contact the lead vessel on the narrowband transmitter and say, unidentified vessel, this is the Nebuchadnezzar, state your intentions.
And you hear a shout back. Where's all my stuff here? There we go. You hear, this Corley, small scout ship, I'm under attack. That's what you're getting. You realize it's some sort of radar beam that she's pinpointing towards you.
Okay. Let's see here. Rye, this is Adamus. Got a vessel that's being pursued by a large number of targets. It's inbound, asking for our assistance. I recommend we change our heading to come to a bearing to try to pick these guys up and then make a fast retreat before the rest of these ships reach us.
Good call. Make sure defense systems are active. Try and protect those guys until we intercept.
As you are starting to turn the ship towards the target, you suddenly get a little bit more of a chatter coming back. You're hearing, absolutely not. No. Turn around. Go to coordinates 822 529 Delta 6. And you get a little bit of a broadcast which blips in on your console. And you see it's showing some sort of a trajectory towards a more kind of cloudier area of the planet. You see that in one spot in Roseum, there is a kind of like a massive cloud cover, but you're kind of realizing that this is coming from kind of a pinpoint, possibly a volcano of some form, which is causing a little bit of haze around in that area.
All right, change of plan. Right, let's go ahead and dive into Atmo. Aim for the coordinates that they indicated. Looks like they want to mask their location. I don't know if the opposing force has seen us yet. Better to get down into that cloudy area before they detect us. Hopefully the ship can meet us there.
Sounds good. Make sure our defenses are up and keep your eyes open.
Meantime, on the planet surface, Josh, you
Yep.
are attempting to drive this vehicle down the road, and you've got it going at a bit of a spurt of a speed, and you're trying to hold true down the road, and then all of a sudden you start realizing that this thing seems to be going a little bit too fast for you.
I will attempt to slow it down, or at the very least, see if I can steer it into something somewhat soft.
You go ahead and put your foot down, and it seems to go ahead and accelerate at a much faster rate. The vehicle you are in goes up over the side of the embankment and goes ahead and starts going on a careening side, swiping another vehicle which is parked. And roll a dexterity roll for me there, Josh, or Cobb. Ooh, that's quite nice.
Say, the roll is
You,
with you.
as you
Hey,
feel the
rolls be with-
force of the vehicle punch into the other vehicle, you start being like wavered around inside the cab of this truck, and it comes to a sudden halt. Your head goes quite nicely into the dash and is squeezed in to where it's in between the dash and the windshield. So you have something that feels kind of like plexiglass and your head in there, and you can feel it kind of wedged in there. But you don't think you feel any kind of abrasions or breakages or anything. But you do notice that the vehicle slowly comes to a stop, kind of on its side.
Okay. I will get out of the vehicle and see if I can find some place nearby that I can use as cover or something.
You're kind of
To
looking
hide.
around. You see that the only way to get out of the vehicle is from accessing the opposing door, which you'll have to stand up in order to access it. The opposing door does have the glass smashed out of it, so there's little kibble bits of debris all around you here, and some of them are rather kind of pointy and sharp.
I will do the best I can not to cut myself too badly and climb out the window.
You crawl yourself out, and there's a couple of people looking at you and kind of like, are you okay? They start approaching you and start heading towards your direction.
Okay. Yeah, I'm fine. Just
Roll 2d6. Let's see how bad this could be.
okay. So 2.
Oh, not bad at all. You suddenly realize, oh yeah, your container with the part of Sarek is still with you.
Yeah, I'll just kind of get up and kind of stumble, pretend I'm drunk. Just kind of just smile and wave.
Okay. Yeah, you see there's a couple of people approach you and say, hey, are you okay? And they're like trying to make sure that they're just approaching you, hands, making sure that you're, able-bodied and not having any breakages or anything. And
Just swear a little bit and stumble and say, "Yeah, I'm okay. This was fun." Pretending to be drunk.
Okay. And Yeah, they're like, oh wow, you know, you should sit yourself down. You should, you know, maybe relax. You know, you taken a bit of a tumble. We should have a doctor check you out.
No, no, doctor. Everything's good. And
No,
I'll just
no,
get
no, no.
kind of
We insist. I
pull
mean,
away.
you could be in shock or something.
No, I'm fine. Just stay away. And I'll I'll kind of pull up the gun a little bit and just
Suddenly, these people are you know, kind of like uh, go kind of surprised that you go ahead and pull out this weapon that looks, you know, suspiciously like a traditional gun, and they're they kind of like, you know, verge away from your location and start
I'll just
running
kinda
away.
wave it around kind of crazily, pretend it's like, get any yeah, just pretend I'm a little bit wacko, wacko and blitzed.
Okay, your surroundings around you is basically a street, smashed up vehicles. You've got a what looks to be an alleyway and a field yonder, and then one way you're seeing like more of a town-like approach, like, you know, build more buildings and stuff. From where you came from was basically a back alley. Those are your choices.
Probably is the field, is it like fairly deep, or does it look like it's just stuff's just starting to grow? Do I know to
Yeah,
I think it was sorry,
the
I think it was
field is
before.
short. Yeah, the field is short grass. But
Okay.
beyond that, you see some forest.
Okay, I will run as quickly as I can, head in the direction of the forest, and see if I can find some place to hide before they come chasing after me, or at least find some place that's a little more defensible.
You end up getting yourself running across the field as quickly as you can. Then you make your dive into the woods, seeking a little bit more cover. You notice that there's a lot of low-lying ground coverage here, and it seems to be something that you can definitely hide in or go in further if you wish.
Yeah, I'll go in further into the deeper forest, see if I can find look around and see if I can find a tree or something that I can crawl into, or a hole or something to.
Okay. You find yourself a small, like, little, you know, indentation in beside a tree that you can kind of hide yourself in. It doesn't provide you much cover unless you go ahead and probably take some branches and go ahead and, you know, cover up the area a little bit more. But besides that,
Yeah, I'll
you know, it's away from preening eyes or prying eyes for now, at least
yeah,
until.
I'll I start looking. Yeah, so I'll just kind of try to hide myself the best I can, and then radio the ship, see where everyone's at, and let them know my location. And
Okay, roll your luck on that one.
okay.
2D, two dice. Yep.
2d6.
Beauty, communicator works. You notice it's got a little bit of a crack on the lens and everything as you kind of inspect it, but you realize, hey, this thing still cuts in. And yeah, you go ahead and you got yourself the broadcast channel ready to go. You also notice that there's some other weird things going on with your chronometer and you know, on your comm device, and you're realizing that there's other signals coming in and stuff.
Okay, I will listen in and see what I can pick up as well. See if there's anything important.
Yeah, you suddenly get some sort of a incoming broadcast, and it sounds like some sort of we are here to go ahead and consume the mass quantities of destruction that we will endure on your planet. Beware, we are coming to annihilate all of you. And that's kind of
What
what you're...
doesn't sound good. Okay.
The other one is obviously the channel of your ship.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, I'll just let them know that I'm alive. Kind of had a run-in with a tree, but everything's okay, and that I'm hiding out in the forest for the moment.
That's what you hear, Adamus, at the comm.
Copy all. We've got a situation in orbit. We are descending back down to the planet's atmosphere. We'll pick you up as soon as we can. Sit tight for now. Stay on this channel.
Roger.
So you close in onto the coordinates, larger island nation that you can see a little bit to the north west of Amero. And you start descending down into the haze of the what appears to be volcanic overhaze. And then gradually you come into an area where you're getting a signal, and it starts tagging your ship every once in a while with a little bit of a ping that you're receiving. And it's starting to kind of guide you into a kind of like a little cove area where your ship looks like it could fit in. It appears to be kind of like a washout by the shoreline of the ocean, where it is kind of heaved. Basically, it's the ocean itself is carved out, kind of like a tunnel-like entranceway. And as you get closer, you start to notice that there is something of a movement going on inside that enclosure of a cave, and you're seeing something opening up, and you're seeing a little bit of light peering through. As it opens up, it seems to be kind of like a large hangar area within.
Rye, you seeing this? You've got a possible target for landing up ahead. Watch the pyroclastic flow off the volcano. Don't let it take us down. Aim for that. We're going to land.
Roger. Keeping my eye focused on it.
It's a little tricky, a little bit windy here. Roll a piloting roll for me there, Rye.
A which?
Piloting.
I don't have piloting. I got flyer.
You have flyer?
Oh, hold on a second. Where are my trades? Yeah, I got flyer. I'll roll a flyer. Rolling a flyer.
Unskilled, please.
Oh. Okay.
That'd be better.
What are you doing up there? I said watch the pyroclastic flow.
Oh, that one didn't even make sense. Here, hold on. I'm trying, damn it. And we ain't doing so well. I'm
I think I'll stick to
everywhere.
driving.
Roll me 3d6, please.
3d6.
Yep.
Okay. Oops. Hold on. Technical difficulties.
Just right click on it and then the 3 times, and then drag the dice.
I'm Actually working on that. Saying is not helping me at all.
Right click on the die. On the
Okay.
D6.
defense. There you go.
There we
Throw it
go.
in there. Perfect.
Haven't used this in a week, yo.
Yeah. And let's go ahead and I should just let you roll this. Let's see if I can do that. Let's see, sharing with. Here we go. Give this to you, Ryan. Did you get that?
Yes.
Okay. I want you to hit that blue button, make a roll. So the ship goes ahead and starts making its way, and you're suddenly seeing from your viewpoint, Gordo, the ship is going a little low, a little low, a little low, and then all of a sudden, there's an adjustment made, but all of a sudden it hits as it comes into the hangar itself, and you hear a massive as it scrapes on through into the bay. The
nice landing.
the ship hits the bay floor and careens into the construction. Hits a bunch of crates and everything that you're seeing along the side, and all of a sudden the ship spins right around, and you realize you forgot to put down the landing gear as well. The ship comes to a halt, and when all the noise and ruckus is done, you realize the engines and everything are pulsing away, but you're hearing a really weird kind of a whine coming from one side of the ship. Inside the ship, all of you, except for, of course, Cobb. Well, maybe he can barely hear that off in the distance.
Right, shut down engines. Sounds like maybe we have some damage to the side of the vessel.
I can hear it too, shutting down.
Look at the sensors to see if I can detect a leak or any kind of damage to our equipment.
You're running diagnostics throughout the ship. You're discovering, there's been a couple of severe hits to the maneuver drive. A fair bit of hull damage as well. And it looks fairly bad. You may need somebody to go ahead and start working on this ship in order to make it fly worthy. You're getting readings off of it saying that there's some really bad fluctuations happening on the maneuver drive whenever there's a test little signal going through it, and it's indicating that it could be a drastic it would be quite a test of skill in order to fly this ship at this moment.
Right, we're going to be here a little while. I'm going to work on some of these, make some repairs here. Let's deal with the immediate tactical situation. Do you see anyone outside that whoever owns this place approaching?
You don't notice anybody out here. This place is lit, but you don't see any movement at all.
Yeah, I don't see anyone out here.
You
Looks like it's just an empty hangar.
Empty hangar, multiple levels. You can see a stair heading up one side of the wall, and it seems that the catwalk around the area, there's like 3 levels of catwalk. There is also a very, very top level, which appears to have kind of like a balcony area, which the catwalks all end up converging on towards. And up in that area, you do see some light coming from that spot.
Hey, Ryan, I'm not loving this. Somebody rolled out the welcome mat. If they're not here to greet us, that's not a great sign. I advise we proceed with caution.
We also need some sort of a mechanic to start working on our repairs.
Well, I've got some skill. I can start working on the repairs, but I want to make sure we're secure first. I
Yeah,
look outside. Is that door still, the hangar door still open at this moment?
It's still open, yes. There's
I'll
enough room in this area to put maybe 4 of these ships that you're in into this hangar.
Maybe our
Anyways,
yeah. Go ahead, sir.
keep working on the repairs. I'll go out and do a recon, see what I can come up with, see if there's anyone here.
I'll tell you what. Why don't we go together? I worry about you not having anybody having your back out there. Let's take a quick look and see if we can contact them.
All right.
And I'm going to try to contact Cobb. He may be offline, but I will. In the blind, Cobb. Nebuchadnezzar is down, working repairs. Stay put. We will pick you up as soon as we can.
Roger. I'll keep in touch.
Stay alive.
Let me adjust that. You suddenly got really loud. There we go.
Who, me?
No, for Josh on my end.
Oh,
Speak again, Josh. See, check. Must have lost Josh.
You guys have video? I don't see this picture.
I don't see his picture either.
Yeah, I don't see his video. I just see the that he's connected to us. That's it.
Yeah. Oh, we did have him on voice there for a second.
Yeah. All right. So, you, Spencer, Rye, you end up getting yourself out to go ahead and start preparing. As soon as you walk into the main, common area, you see the shook up crew around you here. Basically one of the security guards, as well as what's his name? Get back into characters here. Lord Overton himself. They seem to be dusting themselves off, and the security guard is like picking up things and putting them back on shelves and stuff, and looks at you. He says, "What happened?"
We didn't have a proper pilot for the landing, so I did the best that I could.
That was actually one of his good landings.
We're alive, so that's one thing. Okay, we'll just what's happening? Are we on ground again?
We're on ground and in a hangar. I'm going out to do some recon with Adamus. Bunker down and protect this ship at all costs.
Okay, Adamus, you have one of the security guards with you. Are you taking him along or leaving him on board? That would be Sal.
Yeah, let's Sal, why don't you stay behind here and guard the ship? If you stay on the comms, if we need you, we'll call you.
Roger that. Gets his gun out. Protect it with my life. So then you leave. As you both walk out, heading out towards the through, I assume you are going through the cargo cargo doors.
Cargo bay door. Yeah.
As long as we get them open. Not sure what's bent right now.
Yeah, they open first.
The one side seems to open all right. The other side, not so much. Through the one cargo doors, no problem. It opens up. You smell the definitely a lot of moisture in the air in this area. Quite a difference on this side of the planet that you find. And as you make your way out through into the hangar itself, you hear a klaxon going off suddenly. You didn't hear this before. It just started going.
What's that sound?
I look to see if anybody's approaching now.
No, you don't see anybody around. Nobody peering out. You do see that there's a couple of red lights, circling above, along with the klaxon noise.
Hey, Ryan,
And-
this may be the other ship arriving. It was running from those targets, I think, making for its way for the same destination. They maybe just watch. We don't get in their approach path if they're landing.
Yeah, let's stay close to the ship and see what happens.
And suddenly, you are correct. You see the scout ship. It appears to have a few scars on it as it rolls on through. And it kind of just stops for a second and readjusts and moves its way along to avoid your ship. And it proceeds to come down and land.
You see, that's the way it's supposed to be done.
I was just gonna say these guys got skills.
Should probably hire that guy.
Maybe I will.
Indeed.
Let's see what happens after this. Welcome back, Hob.
Thanks. Technical difficulties.
You bet.
This gal comes out of the ship and kind of looks over at what has been done for damage. And as she kind of looks at the big scrape mark that goes along the side of the hangar. And you also notice that the doors of the hangar start to close up. However, suddenly the doors kind of stop and they've kind of stuck in place. You notice that there is a bit of damage on the side. And she approaches and basically in a flight suit, and she looks at you guys. She goes, you guys are
alive and wondering why you contacted us.
She goes, I'm Cora. I work for the Scouts, but I wouldn't have wanted you to come and intercept me. Anyways, they were on my ass, basically. Whoever these guys are. She says, I just came into the system, and I just ended up in a flurry of these weirdos. They have a whole bunch of ships up there, and a whole lot of fighter craft. She kind of looks over at her ship, and you can see that there's been a lot of the scarring across her ship in several areas. And she's like, I'm not sure if I'm going to get this thing fixed or not. This looks like some pretty heavy damage. But she looks at your ship. She goes, oh my God, what happened?
Slight mishap on landing. Nothing we can't repair.
Are you guys all okay?
Our crew's fine. So you say you came into the system. Have you visited the system before?
Oh, I've been here many times. But yeah, it's usual stopover when I'm checking out other regions. I collect data and sell it. Make a good coin.
Have you ever had a run-in with these ships that were chasing you, or did you know anything about them?
No, absolutely not. This is something I've never seen before. I think this guy calls himself 𝙏𝙍𝘼𝙑𝙀𝙇𝙀𝙀 or something. At least that's what I'm getting. He doesn't sound human at all.
Why does that sound familiar? Animus, do we ever recall 𝙏𝙍𝘼𝙑𝙀𝙀?
I don't remember that name. I can check the ship's library and see if there's something on a 𝙏𝙍𝘼 operating in this area of space.
There might be a chance. Roll 2d6 and we'll see what you can glean. Appears to be a reference that you can bring up of a apparently there was an admiral which was in the employ of the 𝙍𝙍𝘼𝙑𝙀𝙀𝙀𝙀, which was an old empire, which was it was fairly feared in this region until all the surrounding pocket empires decided to group together and stop the 𝙍𝙍𝘼𝙑𝙀𝙀𝙀𝙀. And no, I don't have a stutter. That's how it is pronounced. But the 𝙍𝙍𝘼𝙑𝙀𝙀𝙀𝙀 was around about 20 years in the past, and caused a lot of damage, devastation until the Glimmerdrift reaches, along with the combined forces of the Empire, kind of reluctantly having the Empire on their side, put an end to 𝙍𝙍𝘼𝙑𝙀𝙀𝙀𝙀 by decimating two of their home worlds, turning them into nothing more than dust and rubble. What remains of 𝙍𝙍𝘼𝙑𝙀𝙀𝙀𝙀, as far as you know, is kind of a broken alliance that is barely holding together, according from the reports. They had ceased operations as far as offensively, and remained in a defensive formation in their territory as much as they can. Nobody has encountered any 𝙍𝙍𝘼𝙑𝙀𝙀𝙀 fleets recently, and apparently 𝙏𝙀𝘼𝑃𝑔 was part of this alliance.
So it looks like this 𝙏𝙀𝘼 is a 𝙍𝙍𝘼𝑃𝑔 admiral. Obviously, still has some military forces under his command, and has a chip on his shoulder for some reason against you. I want to ask about this facility. How do we? Not often do you see a hangar hidden in the base of a volcano. How did you happen to know this was here, or what's your relationship to this facility?
I have friends. This is a kind of a hidden pirate base. It's not often used, but it's got some supplies. All that's really, I mean, it's people can use it if they want to avoid the situation on the planet. But They expect anybody that comes along here to add a few supplies to kind of help out.
Rye, I think I'm going to try to get that door shut, that hangar door, so we're better concealed here. I don't know if you want to continue discussing our situation with these folks and see what we can come to, kind of an agreement.
Yeah, you realize
Well,
that this gal is by herself. There is no other anybody coming out of her ship right now.
Is there any other kind of information that you're carrying that they would want?
With these guys, I don't know. Maybe I've got some readouts on several systems around in the area, but I don't think they would want me. I probably just showed up at the wrong place in the wrong time. I just seen them on the outskirts of the system, pretty close to the gas giant, so they must have just jumped in not too recently. They've got
Did you come from
quite
a
the.
bigger ship, or are you just flying solo?
I'm by myself.
Adamus, how are we with the door?
Yeah, I'm going to move over to the door and see if I can unjam the mechanism to get it to shut all the way.
Go ahead and use some engineering there, sir. You think it would probably take you maybe an hour to go ahead and finish, fixing what needs to be taken off. You might have to do a little finagling with some energy torches and, get things out of the way.
Yep.
Okay. And
Cora, I'm the acting captain of this ship. If you're flying solo, you're more than welcome to join our crew. We could use a good pilot like yourself.
she kind of looks at your ship and kind of shrugs and says, "What line of work are you guys in?"
Legitimate cargo operations.
Oh, is that legitimate?
Nothing illegal here.
We don't
Okay.
have any illegal substances on our ship.
She says, "My ship has suffered a bit of damage, and I don't think I'll ever get the jump drives back online. That's for sure."
Our
But
maneuvering drive is foobarred right now. We could use a good mechanic, Adamus, who is really well in the mechanics. It'll take some time, but we'll get it fixed.
she's like, "That's above my pay grade. I just fly the things. I mean, I know a little bit, but probably not enough to fix the damage on that or this."
I'm the same way. That's why I have a good mechanic. My 2IC that's working on the doors right now.
He means to say partner and co-owner of the ship. But yes, we work together very well. We're a good team.
She goes, "So if I join your group, what's my cut? You guys making a lot of money? What are you guys shipping?"
So we take jobs as we can. Right now, we were recently ran into a bit of trouble and have a sensitive cargo that we have been trying to sell to make up for our losses. I think that's all we should probably say at this moment.
Okay. Well, I do have a couple of gigs of information up on my ship. I could put that into a package and take it on as a black box on board. I mean, it will bring in some money, but I mean, I'm willing to share part of it if we can assure me passage and spot on your ship then. So I don't think this thing's going to be running very far. At least not in any other system. It might fly around in this parsec, but it's done for as far as I know. I mean, not unless you can fix it. But I don't think there's enough parts here in this hangar for that sort of thing.
I can certainly take a look. Our priorities are going to be to fix our vessel. And as Rye was saying, you're welcome to join us.
I'll think about it. I'll definitely consider it. I better go ahead and start taking that information off my ship first. So she ends up, taking her leave and walking away, heading towards her ship.
I grab my plasma torches and start cutting metal and unbending things and try to free up the track for the door and getting things going.
Yeah. And yeah, you hear a bunch of work going on there, Spencer. A bunch of clanging and clattering. Every once in a while, a big piece of metal drops from the hangar. In the meantime, Josh.
Yeah.
You're hearing something in the distance. It sounds kind of like a off in the distance. Some sort of a creature. Actually, it sounds like a couple of them at least.
Okay. Well, I will see if I can sneak over. I'm going to sneak over and see if I can find out what's making that noise.
Looking yonder, you see that there's a. You can see through a couple of the branches in the trees that you're in. You can see that there is a couple of figures walking along. They seem to have these long leads, and on the ends of them are some sort of weird kind of purpley kind of fur-bearing critters, and they seem to be like moping around in various areas along these lead lines and leading their owners along to a trail. Seems to be getting closer and closer towards your location.
Interesting. Well, I'm going to turn and go in the opposite direction and see if I can't get farther away from them.
Okay.
And
You
try to keep my distance.
You start moving in further into the forest, getting a little bit of room between you and them. You also notice that these gentlemen who have the lead lines also apparently have similar dress between the two of them. Seem to be somewhat of a uniform that you see.
Okay. Before I head off, I'm gonna see if I can remember if I've recognized or seen that particular uniform before.
Never seen it before, but it looks kind of official looking.
Okay. And does it look like it's probably the tech of the planet that we're on, or does it
Oh
seem
yeah,
like
yeah.
it's...
It blends in quite well with what's around here as well.
Okay. So I would assume some sort of locals. So yeah, I'll just try to keep my distance from them and keep an eye on them if I can, but stay far enough away not to get caught by them.
Yeah, you start maneuvering around. You notice that the those little purple fur-bearing critters go ahead and lead them right to where the hole that you were hiding out in, and they start investigating around in the area, looking around, checking things out. One guy pulls out a little device and starts, scooting it around and checking around in the vicinity.
Okay. That being the case, I'm going to see if I can. Do I notice if they have any like type of weapons, or like I'm gonna check to see if they have weapons or anything that.
You're kind of looking them over. You do notice that they have something attached to their belts. Can't quite see it. Possibly weapons.
Okay. Well, in that case, it looks like they're looking for me, so I'm going to see if I can go around downwind from them and see if I can get close enough to take them out.
You're gonna try and take them out?
Might as well. It seems like to me like they're following me, so I might as well see if I can get rid of them.
All right. So you're just going to go ahead and basically wait it out for them to kind of come by and ambush kind of idea.
Yeah. I don't want to use my gun because it'll be too loud. So I'm gonna wait for them to get close to attack them with the knife that I got.
Okay. So, how are you going to? Are you going to like? Do you have any plan? Like hide behind a tree?
Hide behind a tree. Try to make sure that I am. I want to say upwind. I can't remember if it's upwind or downwind. The creatures don't seem like they can smell me as easily.
Okay.
Wind.
And try to.
Oh, downwind.
Upwind. I'm
upwind. That's spell mode. We're downwind. We can spell them.
I shall dazzle them with my odeur.
Oh, yes.
See if it'll knock them out.
Yeah. So you end up kind of hiding away, taking advantage of your location and waiting it out. Eventually, you do notice that one of them kind of separates from the other as they kind of like check out various locations as their critters or their dogs basically are checking out different locations, and you have the potential to take out one of them as they have their creature on the longest edge of their lead.
I'm going to pull out the knife and go for it.
Roll your attack, please. You basically shove the knife into him. Roll damage. Should be on your actions and the damage for the weapon. You basically shink it into him, and he suddenly becomes silent and falls to the ground.
Yeah. And then I'm going to...
And all of a sudden, the dog on the end of the leash turns around and realizes that his owner has slumped. And Josh?
I'm going to I'll grab the guy with one hand and try to kind of use him as a shield, and then go on to attack the dog creature.
The dog creature lunges towards you.
I'll make another attack.
Okay. It comes after you and does a biting attack.
of the wrong.
It's okay. And you are here, and your suit does that. All right, it clamps onto you, onto your arm, but it's not biting through. Your armor itself is not allowing it. It's holding fast on you.
Okay.
And
well, that's the thing. Okay. Up close, I'm just going to see if I can't just shank it. If it's
kill it with the knife.
yeah.
Okay. Yeah, roll with advantage, basically. You can go ahead and give yourself a boon. If you click the boon and then roll the dice.
Okay, just hit click +1 or just boon itself.
Just the boon itself. Yeah.
Okay. And then
Oh yeah, you silence the creature basically as it's growling at you. It just kind of whines and falls, kind of slumps. The other is off in the distance there, checking out things. And seems to be preoccupied with grooming around on the grounds, checking things out. There is a weapon on this gentleman in uniform, and other kinds of implements on his tack belt.
yeah, I'll see if there's anything that might be useful.
You see a flashlight, some sort of an old kind of weird device attached on the box. Has a lead line on it connecting to what looks to be possibly some sort of talking device,
Okay.
communication device.
I'll take that and maybe I can use it for something, and then I'll take a look at his weapon and see just kind of what it is.
You're perusing over it. It appears to be some sort of revolver of some form.
Okay, I'll might as well take that as well. It might come in handy for
Okay.
camouflage if nothing else, or I can use it. I'll take the might as well take the lead off the creature as well, and that could be useful for something. Wonder if there's a rope or something.
Okay. And like I say, a flashlight. Yay, nay.
Sorry?
The flashlight?
But I'll leave the flashlight and probably have something better to see by than an old flashlight.
Yep. As you are finally relieving the body of the possessions, you notice that the other gentleman is turned around and is starting to come towards your vicinity. Since you are crouched down and,
I will try to kind of just quickly prop the body up to kind of make it look like he's like sitting down, and then kind of slip away and try to use him as bait if nothing else.
use him as bait. He is kind of approaching, but I mean, you can pop the body up in front of you, kind of idea, if that's what you wish to do.
Yeah, kind of make it look like he like just fell down or something, so the guy will come to investigate and see what's going on. And if I can flip off and try to get some cover, I will as well. If not, I'll.
Well, he approaches closer and says, "Elsko, you okay?"
Yeah, I'm fine. Just damn rabbit hole. Just
Roll your soul, please.
one.
He's like, "What are you doing?"
I think I might have broke my leg.
Oh, you want me to call it in? Here. He starts reaching for his communications device.
And as he's doing that, I'll see if I can get close and just see if I can toss the knife at him or stab him.
Well, as you're kind of shadowing the body, right? You're like the body is here, and you're kind of in front of it with, and I mean it's entirely up to you. You want to whip a knife at him, you can.
Yeah, might as well.
Okay,
Try to. Well, he's slightly distracted.
go ahead and roll.
Okay.
Should be more.
What do I roll for that one?
Just the 2D, just your melee attack with the blade.
The melee.
Yep.
Okay.
Roll damage, blade. It connects, and he looks down at the knife and suddenly slumps forward.
Yeah. And I will grab the lead from the other guy, just because I'm sure the other guy's creature's gonna for me, so at least I got something to.
Reaction
I go to try to
here.
retrieve the
Hold
knife.
on here.
Yeah.
The creature itself kind of growls at you, kind of stands its ground in front of its owner as you approach.
Yeah. I'm going to actually, I'm just going to kick the thing.
Roll to hit. Uses his kung fu. Roll the damage, please. Okay. It yelps and actually, runs over past its owner. And suddenly it's relieved of it's free. It's got the lead still attached to it, but it starts going down the trail as fast as it can, yelping.
I'll see if I can get a hold of the lead. And
it's gone. It's like whew.
Okay. I will retrieve the knife then and see if I can't move the bodies kind of a little bit off the path.
Hide the
Make
bodies.
them a little harder to find.
Okay.
Yeah. Then I will find another place to go and hide for now. See if I
Okay.
can't.
Start wandering around, seeing if you can find a nicer hiding spot.
Yeah.
Will do.
Preferably, if there's any water nearby, just cross that a little bit to try to hide the scent.
Okay.
Make it a little harder so these creatures can't track me as easily.
Yeah, you start looking around for some, areas with some water or creeks, that sort of stuff. As you're moving along, you're hearing something off in the distance. It's kind of almost hits. You feel a bit of vibration from the ground, and you hear an echo. Kind of a muffled kaboom. Suddenly, another one, same thing. Kaboom. All of a sudden, there's even more. Kaboom, 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 kaboom. And you're hearing this concussive sound coming from behind you where the city is. And you're noticing that there are these streaks coming from the sky, descending down. Kind of like these vapor trails. And suddenly you see more of them. And off in the distance, you can kind of see a kind of a bright light that happens in the city.
Well, I'm going to head farther away from the city. Don't want to be anywhere near that.
And you're kind of noticing that the sky is starting to get a little bit weird looking with all these vapor trails happening. And you're seeing even more come down from various directions. Then you see something kind of swoop overhead. You're like, it kind of almost looked like some sort of maybe the size of a fighter craft or something. But it kind of goes over top and sails across beyond your sight.
Yeah, definitely find a place to hunker down in the forest and stay away from people for now. And I'll try to radio the ship and ask them if they know what is going on. It seems like there's some sort of attack going on over here. Do you guys have any ideas?
You get this signal come through on your comm, guys. It's definitely Cobb asking the question.
Yeah, we're being invaded by Bora.
Great. Just what we need. More crazy aliens. You guys all right?
Yeah, we're okay. We're repairing our ship.
Okay. Well,
Stay out of sight. Get
yeah,
under
they're definitely
cover.
after me. I had to kill a couple of them already, so hopefully it won't be too long. They've got some weird dog things out here too, so
We're going as hastily as we possibly can. Just stay under cover and stay on this channel.
roger that.
Cora kind of looks at you as she approaches. She goes, "Who are you talking to?" Talking to you, Spencer Rye.
That's another one of my crew members. They're stuck on the other island. They're the ones that were supposed to drop our payload.
Is he okay?
He's okay. He's undercover right now. Bora and his ships are attacking the city across the water.
She goes, my ship has an air raft. You know what an air raft is. It's a fast grav type vehicle. You've flown them before, obviously.
Air raft, you say? And it clearly hovers across water.
Oh, definitely.
You mind if I borrow that?
Well, then I'm going with you.
Copy that. Cobb, you copy?
Yeah, copy.
Stay close on the radio channel. We're coming to get you.
Okay, be careful. Well, it's like the 4th of July over here, and not in a good way.
We're fast enough where we'll be able to stay under radar.
Okay, it looks like they're possibly bombarding from orbit, so definitely be careful.
Yeah, they won't see us. Just stay put and give us your location
Will
through
do.
GPS.
Yeah, so I'll give them the coordinates
Kit.
where I'm at, and
Alrighty.
Yeah, let's go get them.
Okay, so you guys start preparing the air raft. She goes ahead and accesses her ship and hits a couple buttons and an access code, and way opens up the side of the back end of her ship, and this little thing comes out, and the air raft ends up being deployed before you. Meantime, while construction is happening on the side of the hangar, you end up cutting the last piece of metal in the way. The large chunk of metal girder falls to the floor. Down below, as you see that the door is now suddenly coming down to do a close, you see Lord Overton down below waving to you. Adamus, there's some broadcasting going on. I picked it up on one of the televisors on the compute on the ship, and apparently there's some sort of an attack going on the planet.
Is it this Brockus? Is that the fleet doing an attack?
Who? You realize that he is not clued in at all on what's going on here. Is an attack?
Was it a planetary transmission, or was it transmission from the opposing force?
It's coming from the planet itself. One of their news stations is broadcasting some sort of an orbital bombardment occurring, and they're suspecting that it's some sort of a new weapon from their opposing Ruum forces.
I see. Well, keep tabs on it. I think I've got the doors working finally. I'm going to start repairs on the ship.
Oh, yes, wonderful. He claps. He goes, will you need some help with the ship? It certainly looks like it could use an expert on the field.
Of course, we will always welcome your assistance.
Oh, I'll gather my tools then. And he disappears to go get his accoutrements.
I climb back on board and try to develop a prioritized listing of repairs that have to be done to get us space-worthy again, so we can lift off. We're not going to try to make it perfect. We're just going to try to get enough so we can get off the planet. And I'll start with the most important, highest priority item first, with his assistance.
Well, it looks like you're going to need to fix the maneuver drive, and that is the only thing that really looks bad. Analyzing everything for the parts and all that, it does look like you're going to need something that you don't have in the vicinity.
Okay. So two things. One, I'll try to figure out if there's a way to jury rig it just good enough to get us someplace where there's an actual spaceport.
Mm-hmm.
And the second is I will do a quick scan and see if anything that could substitute for that part is available on the planet's surface, and maybe have Rye pick that up when he goes out to get Cobb.
Okay. And you can go ahead and roll an engineering roll. See if you can, what you can do for jury rigging. He is the master.
Why do you think he's my main mechanic?
All right. Well, between the two of you, you realize that there is still substantial damage to this maneuver drive. you end up figuring a way to vector the thrust from the secondary maneuver drive into compensating. However, the speed of which your ship is going to go is not very fast at all. It is barely enough to, it's able to go ahead and, cruise around on the planet by the looks of what you're planning here. But the problem is getting the speed up enough in order to escape the planet itself, of which, as it currently stands, you will not be able to do. However, like I said, you will be able to have, the maneuverability of the ship impaired, however, not able to escape the planet.
Okay, I'm going to see if there's any parts I can strip off the other ship to make the repair.
Okay. And give me another engineering roll, please. Okay. You believe you can possibly garnish a few parts off of that, although, once again, it's going to be a pure jury rig. You don't know quite if this would be successful. It would be something that you would have to try in order to, you can build it, you can make it, but in order to see if it would succeed, only a practical use would, be able to discern whether or not you are successful or not. Could be possible. And the both of you looking over the substantial damage and kind of figuring out the parts and everything, you end up thinking, well, it may work, it may not work. It's kind of up there.
Hey, Rye, I think we've got this thing jury rigged. Good news is there's a chance it'll work. The less good news is if it doesn't, we probably won't be around to worry about it. So there's that.
Parts do we need to make it work?
Yeah, I don't think we're going to find them planet side because the tech level is planet. I've tried to do a scan. I'm not detecting anything. That I've stripped parts off of the other vessel to do our best work here. We'll have to get this thing up in the air once we've got Cobb back and cross our fingers. And if it doesn't work, then if we're still in one piece, we'll have to figure something else out.
In the meantime,
Feel my hair now.
in the meantime, we'll feel my hair now. It's wonderful.
Sorry, Latoya walked in here with the wig on. So.
It's all good. A wig. Oh, doing the Halloween thing, eh? Cool.
Yeah,
Cool.
she's taken Mackenzie's wig. Anyways, sorry.
Okay. So in the meantime, Rye and
Cora,
yeah, are you end up blasting across the water, basically the ocean down below you. Rye, you got pretty good hands on this thing. This is much more your level of flying. And as you're kind of going along the nape of the earth, as you're going along, nape of the ocean, I should say, you do notice off in the distance, you can see that there's a couple of patrol vessels, seaborne patrol vessels, and they appear to be shooting out towards the region up into a trajectory that you can't really tell what they're shooting at, but it is upwards, and you see what seems to be some sort of more archaic kind of a missile system on board the ship, and they're unloading salvos in towards the direction of the sky.
Well, it looks like the civilians are fighting back with their military. Now,
Uh,
if there's a way that we can shoot down one of those ships, maybe we can take their drives and be able to jimmy rig it. Adamus, is there any schematics of these warships that are attacking the people?
I will take a look at the ship's record and see if I can find something.
Keep me posted.
Okay, Adamus, you are, if you want to take a little bit of a break from your progress, you do notice that you're getting some sort of a broadcast coming through on the sensors, and you are getting variable blips around on the circumference of this side of the globe. You do notice that there is a number of larger markers up in the high orbit area. You think that from the readings here, they appear to be possibly something in the battle cruiser kind of size of starship. And there seems to be a number of smaller ones as well. Tech level, you're kind of from what you're reading off of the fusion drives, off of these things. Probably Tech 9, maybe somewhat of a Tech 10.
I will. So I'll relay the information to Rye. I'm going to look and see if there's maybe. Are these vessels data linked together? Can I? Well, I'm going to use the sensors to see if these vessels are data linked together, and see if there's a way to exploit the signal.
Okay.
I can't see. I can't see it.
Go ahead and roll electronics for me there, sir. Adamus.
Blonde Joe.
And roll and investigate for me as well. All right, you are showing that there is a bout of communications. They don't seem to be like they're other than their communications devices. That's about it as far as linking goes. These guys don't really have. There's not much technology that you're seeing from this reading that indicates that there's any more than kind of they are definitely higher tech than this group on the planet here, than the actual planetary forces here, but you're not seeing any kind of linkage that you could possibly exploit in any means. You could possibly.
What I would like to try is maybe see if I can figure out what transponder signals they're using to identify each other, and see if maybe I can spoof the transponder to make them think we're one of them.
Oh, okay. Sounds like that. Yeah. Okay. No problem. Yeah, you do see that they are utilizing somewhat of a signal, indicator that way, as of course. And you're probably going to have to go ahead and salvage some parts from the other ship, the scout ship, and because the scout ship has a few novel features built into it that can be utilized in such ways. It does definitely have a way more intricate sensor array than what you have on board on this ship.
Okay. I will. So I'll try to scavenge whatever parts are useful for us to upgrade our sensor array.
Okay.
I'm going to try to figure out how to spoof the transponder to make us look like one of their ships on their displays. And the third thing I want to do is see if there's a way to put the other ship. I know it can't jump, but it may be able to get airborne. Maybe we can get that thing as a decoy and send it out on autopilot to divert their attention while we escape.
Okay. And in the meantime, Spencer, Rye, you notice that all of a sudden that ship erupts into a great big, massive ball of what looks to be like water at first, and then suddenly the whole sky starts to kind of go into a darkness, and all of a sudden that ship has been entirely vaporized by what appears to be some sort of large fireball erupting from the water's edge. And it rises and rises, basically obliterating it, and as well as several other ships that you did not see from, basically the waves. And you see those go careening into the sky itself and disintegrating in a massive fireball.
God damn.
You suddenly feel the heat of all that power come upon your face as you kind of, shield your eyes from the brightness. In the meantime, Cobb.
Yeah.
You're hiding out for right now and trying to keep low. And you definitely hear things, some sort of craft, actually several of them kind of slowly scoot over top of your region. And you hear some sort of a weird kind of a broadcast coming from it in somewhat of a broken English, asking them to seize any sort of opposition. We are taking over. Put down your weapons. And that is the message that you are hearing as they come overhead.
Okay. I'll just keep lying low, but watching my progress and seeing what I can learn from just kind of
Curl up in a
observing.
ball.
So
Yeah.
I'm only wondering how many mirrors have we broken in the past to get into this kind of a situation.
True. Did we shatter enough mirrors? No, we did not. There's still another one on that ship that I gotta break.
Yeah. So just thinking FML. At this point in time.
All right, gentlemen, it is been 2 hours now, so we have reached our 2-hour mark as far as I can see. Well, no, actually, we have been live for only 1 hour 36 minutes. Well, we still got a little bit of time here. Okay, cool.
Started basically at almost 9:30.
Yeah, 9:30 was when we started. I see we were at 11 here. Cool.
Come on, man, I gotta go get my crew member. Let's go. I'm already in the middle of the damn water.
Yep. All right, Spencer.
And there's people.
you end up coming upon the shoreline across the ocean, and your signal is getting stronger, but it's pointing. It's going to be somewhat of a distance, and you're kind of like, this is going to take you some time, and you are feeling quite drained from fatigue from your travel so far. You're gonna have to disembark and get some rest.
All right, Cora, we reached the shoreline. Gotta rest and recharge the ship, or charge the ship, I guess.
Well, recharge
Does it run on
yourself.
solar?
Recharge yourself.
Hey, do I
She's
run
like,
on solar panels?
did you want to go ahead and force it and use basically your give yourself an endurance roll and keep on going?
I'm left with that. Yep.
Okay. Go ahead and roll an endurance roll for me, please. Alrighty.
I can't stop. I need to get my crewman. I am the damn captain. I need to get him.
Yeah. She's like nodding off herself since this has been quite a bit of a trip here. It's been quite a few hours, and it's starting to get to you, all that ocean going by really quickly. In the
I'm
mean,
basically just on my hands and knees trying to, crawl to go get him.
but shift it forwards, keep on going. Yeah. And Adamus and Overton have finished constructing a module in order to create a signal which should match the transponder to kind of match up to what exactly is up there, or so you may think. And in the meantime, you've gathered enough materials off of the other ship in order to, once again, fix up the ship enough to get you airborne if needed, if that is the case. Your plan is now to go ahead and add that to the scout ship? Or your ship?
My plan is to scavenge any materials that we don't need for the scout ship for our use on our ship later.
Okay.
And when the crew gets back, launch both ships, get them both airborne, sending the scout ship off on autopilot as a decoy.
As you guys have the transponder, correct?
Well, we use our transponder and then attempt to use our jury rig to get out of the planet's gravity well.
Okay.
We'll take it out in the morning and put a head back on.
Okay, your ETA of reaching Cobb so far, Spencer, is going to be another 4 hours. And you keep on going. And Cora relays that information to you, Adamus. We should be coming upon his position within another 3 hours and 45 minutes.
While I'm waiting for them, I'm also going to search the facility to see if there's any supplies, spare parts, food, any kind of things that we can use or bring aboard for our use later.
You do discover up above as you hit the catwalks and go up to that one lit area, which is up above. You do see that there is a facility up there there's some bunk beds. There is a couple of crates with some unusual markings on them. And there is also what looks to be a kind of semi-completed robot, or perhaps parts for cybernetics. You can't quite tell until you go ahead and start investigating a little bit more. but it is an interesting find. Some sort of contraptions here. It looks like somebody's been working on some sort of robotics here.
Yep.
Roll me another piloting check there for your flight. For your flyer there, Spencer. Soon enough, you start. You're heading on through the forested areas and getting through like some of the valleys, and you've got the mountains, like the hillsides coming out on either side as you're trying to keep low. All of a sudden, you see a flash go right across the bow of your flyer, just narrowly missing you. And you realize the impact, it hits down on the ground, seems to shear away at some of the foliage down below.
Good God. How lucky are we?
And Cora looks behind and kind of turns her head, and she goes, "Holy, put it on full throttle." And behind you is a large kind of flying vessel, which is coming straight towards your location and appears to be bearing down barrels towards you.
Well, we're not flying under the radar anymore. And I pull back on the throttle. Try and open her up.
She turns around, she goes ahead and grabs her laser rifle and starts firing back at it. Go here. And she's like out towards it. And you are basically just holding.
Pedal to the metal.
Yep. Trying to exceed the speed of this thing. This thing definitely has, it's approaching and it's getting closer and closer. It fires once again. Holy smokes. That was scary. Roll some damage here. That chart, you still have that chart that I sent you? The one with the blue?
Yes, I do.
Go ahead and roll for that, please. So all of a sudden, you get hit by one of the bolts, and your flyer starts veering off and heading off for the ground.
Looks like we're going down, Cora.
And she braces herself. Roll a piloting check for the ship. This is for you to land safely.
Like a flyer?
Yep.
The same one? Okay.
Yes. And yeah, you end up successfully landing without totaling off the vehicle, but you end up hitting down towards the foliage and gaining some cover. And what ends up happening is the craft settles, and you got a massive score mark on the side of your flyer, and it took out part of the maneuver drive. So the maneuverability of this ship, of this flyer, is no longer possible.
Is that thing still after us?
Up above, you hear something coming closer and closer. You're not quite sure. You can hear something above, but the foliage of the jungle above you is obscuring all vision.
Okay, can I get reminded what a Gauss weapon is?
Gauss weapon is a weapon that uses electromagnetic, shoots it through a rail, a solid kind of flechette slug.
Okay.
So it fires it at like ultrasonic sounds, like speeds.
Basically a railgun of sorts.
Yeah.
And this thing is still descending towards me?
You hear something above, but you don't quite see because it's kind of getting to that hazy time of the day, getting on towards like more of a an evening. So you got a little bit of a darkened sky, and you can't really see through the foliage whether or not this thing is close, or it's kind of very obscured. Cora's like gathering up her weapons and stuff and getting everything, set up on her, kind of like a backpack kind of a thing.
Okay, we get into cover.
Move away from the ship, from the flyer.
Yeah.
Yep. You guys start to move away. How far? Just keep on going. Move.
About 20, 25 feet away.
Okay.
Just far enough where we're out of sight.
Okay. And you do notice that there is something comes through the foliage from above and hits the ground. Looks to be like some sort of a line. And all of a sudden, you see a couple of bodies come straight to the ground. And as they hit near the bottom, you see like a bit of a burst happen. And you notice that they appears to be a couple of, they're kind of like a mechanized kind of suit from what you can see. And it appears to have some sort of gadgetry on the back, which creates some sort of levitation as they come down. And it burst and it slowed their descent. These two units start kind of maneuvering themselves around and looking around in the general area of your crashed flyer.
Are they in a line?
No,
Like side by side?
they're side by side though. Just hold tight.
Oh, I was gonna try and shoot one with my Gauss rifle. Or my Gauss weapon.
Okay. So they are scouring everything. You kind of see this beam of some sort of cutting through. You can kind of barely see it where it hits the mist. And you notice it does seem to be some sort of beam that they're using for some sort of locating sensor.
Okay. I shoot my weapon at the one that's scanning the area.
Okay. Well, they're both scanning the areas.
Well, at least one of them.
Okay. Fire.
think I have a dice roll for it. I just have it in personal.
You go under actions.
Okay. I only got an auto pistol and a cutlass under.
You need to arm your gauze weapon. Here. Try equipment. Oh, you only have an auto pistol on here as far as you've got it written.
Just it says in my notes I got a gauze weapon. I guess I'll just use my auto pistol. Probably take too much time to.
Let's see, I'll find the gauze pistol. Grab one here. Put it in there.
Perfect.
There we go. Now you have to carry it. There you go. It should be showing up on your.
Yeah, it's in my weapons.
Okay.
So I'm gonna take a shot at the thing with.
Hold up here. Let me put the dex on there for you. Okay. There you go. No boon, please. Take the boon off.
The boon.
Yeah, you have it on you're rolling 3 dice. So or no, you're rolling damage. Roll the
Oh.
roll a 2 hit, please.
It's a long day, man. Roll 2d6 or just the one?
It's just just roll the die. It says a 1 there. It's on gauze pistol. You see the 1 right next to the TAS symbol.
Yeah.
Yeah. There you go. The shot rings out, and it sails right over top of the thing. It just kind of shifts unexpectedly out of the way, and all of a sudden its head piece kind of swivels over to your direction, and the gal, she fires with her laser weapon, and that hits.
This guy has no aim, no power, no strength. I'm a captain. I know nothing.
And the her weapon goes ahead and hits into the causes a flash up on the side of the armor of this thing, and it you hear the shout come out from the suit itself, and the other one kind of like looks around to see what its buddy is doing.
I'm gonna try and take another shot at the other one.
The one that the opposite one instead?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the one that's looking around wondering what's happening.
Okay.
Go ahead
and roll. Once again, same thing. Let me hit the yep. Go ahead. That hits. Roll damage. And that one, you hear the you hear it go, oh, kind of idea, and it goes to the ground. The other one starts firing with its array of weaponry into your general area.
Gonna take cover behind a tree.
And the ground before you starts bursting in like explosions of like pieces of debris and metal and stuff being fired towards you. And damage here. And you see Cora go down. She gets hit.
I do a spin around the other side of the tree, and I'm going to take another shot at him.
Okay. The one that's up. That hits. Roll damage. Okay, it you hear another as it shifts from the blast of your gauze pistol. And this time it takes aim and starts, and that just missed. Do you see the tree beside you just basically explodes with a couple of cratering rounds into the bark, and
Just covering
spray
my
of
eyes like this.
purple and gray in the area.
I'm going to take another shot.
Okay. She fires, but her shot goes like off. Roll. That goes astray off into the forest itself, takes out a couple of trees and divides them in half.
I'm going to try and move right after that to try and get Cora behind cover.
You're picking her up, basically. She's badly wounded.
Yeah.
Okay, as you're kind of grabbing her and picking her up, she's like barely grabbing her pistol and fires back at it. And that barely misses it. And you start taking her in through the deeper of the forest to get cover. It fires back at you. And you see the area around you basically explodes and some more cratering rounds go flying past you. And you end up getting into some cover. But all of a sudden, you don't hear any more firing. As you hear kind of a sound of something like a burst in the air that happens.
What is that? As I'm looking up in the air aimlessly, trying to figure out where it's coming from.
And it seems to have come from the area of those, the two troopers. And it's suddenly quiet for a bit here.
Well, I got the chance. I'm going to try and do first aid on Cora.
Okay, roll medical, please. You have that under your miscellaneous actions on the bottom of your actions there.
Yeah,
The
I
first
got
aid.
first aid.
Okay. And you patch her up, basically stopping any kind of bleeding successfully. And she's still wounded, but she's able to move around still. But she does need to be kind of supported as well. She doesn't seem to be maneuvering so well on her own, but she can still try to move.
I just look over to her and just say, let's get out of here.
She grabs onto your, back basically and hangs on to let you lead her on.
I keep trying to head towards Cobb
Okay.
with the GPS.
Yeah. So you're hearing a couple of more noises come up from behind once again, but back from where your vehicle is, the flyer. And you're hearing some more of those descending sounds, like about four or five of them this time. Meantime, what's that?
I said I'm staying alert, but I'm trying to stay focused to find Cobb.
Oh, definitely. You keep on making your way through the forest and keep on going. Eventually, you see through, it's starting to get a little bit more darker, but to your advantage, you're starting to see something up ahead that's been lit. Possibly a town, maybe, or something. Start heading towards the town or circumvent it.
Just keep going towards Cobb.
Okay. You decide not to go that direction and keep on going through the forest. You're realizing as you're going through, you're going to probably take a couple days to reach Cobb at this rate.
I asked Cora if it would be a better idea if we go towards the city then.
She's like, if they got a vehicle or something, that would be much better. At least we'd make some time.
And give you proper medical care. All right. So we change our directory to the city or town.
Head off towards the lights.
Yeah.
As you are closing in, you notice that the lights suddenly go dim in front of you.
I stop and try and see what's going on.
You hear a bit of like gunfire. They're chambering rounds. You can hear them shooting off. The lights have gotten definitely. You don't see anything of lights anymore. They basically shut down all the lights in the dwellings up ahead.
I just stay put.
Occasionally, you'll see like a what looks to be like maybe some sort of a tower structure, and you can see that there is like a gunner position up top, and you can see them shooting away at something. You can see the blasting of their fire of their weapons, and then all of a sudden you see that position just turn into a ball of flame.
I have a lot of problems trying to find a vehicle there. Adamus, come in.
This is Adamus. Go ahead.
What's the condition of our ship?
No, it's patched together as well as we can. We can get off the ground. Orbital burn is problematic, but we're going to have to take our chances with it. What's your status?
We just reached the city. Our rider is destroyed, and we're being followed by another ship. We've made it to cover, and we're looking at the situation that's going on with this town. We're still a few days away of getting Cobb on foot. Cora is injured. I've treated the wounds. She is stable, and we're waiting to figure out a plan.
Okay. I've got the scout ship, Cora's scout ship, rigged up for autopilot. I was planning to use it as a decoy for our escape, but I can probably rig it up to fly to your location if you need it.
Copy that. See what happens and then see if it works.
Give me a little bit of time to rewire its transponder. We'll try to make it appear like one of the admiral's vessels, so that hopefully they won't shoot at it. And then I'll send it out to you.
Roger that. Keep me informed.
So I will change the plan. I'm going to go ahead and adjust the transponder on the scout ship. Try to also send out some false codes that will fool the air defense grid of the opposing navy, and then send it on autopilot out to the location that that Rye gave me.
Okay.
Cobb, this is Rye. Do you copy?
Yeah. Roger.
Remain under
what do you need?
cover. We are on our way. We're a few days out. Adamus is working on a plan to get us both out of here. And if you heard, Cora is injured but stable.
Okay.
Just stay where you are. We are working on getting you.
Roger that.
I'm going to try to program the autopilot of the scout ship to really fly down as close to the water surface as I can. Try to evade detection from the opposing aircraft or opposing navy as well. And if that doesn't work, then the transponder hopefully will make them think it's one of their own.
Roger that. Hopefully it works. Good luck.
Okay.
If this doesn't work, I will we'll do what we can to come pick you up in Nebuchadnezzar. Unfortunately, not a lot of piloting talent on board right now, so that may be dicey.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you'll do better than what I did on our landing procedures.
I wouldn't count on it. We'll give it a shot, though, if we have to.
I got faith in my crew.
Okay. So, Adamus, give me a 2D roll. No modifiers or anything. This is the ship making its way over there. Okay, you see the ship head out through the hangar, basically, flying its solo flight. Automated, of course. You notice that it kind of flies kind of robotically and tries to keep itself close to the ocean itself and heads off into the blackness.
I'm going to use the narrowband transmitter to keep in contact with the scout ship's own communications array.
Mm-hmm.
And if we detect that the opposing navy is starting to vector in on it, I will attempt to use voice communication and fool them into thinking that I'm one of their pilots.
Okay.
So basically relaying through the scout ship's own comm array is what I'm trying to do.
It's it's heading out. It just seems to be heading on its trajectory out towards where Cobb may be. In the meantime, Spencer and the gal.
Yeah, I'm sorry. The ship is going to Rye's location to pick them up, and then they will pick up Cobb,
Okay.
right?
So Cora kind of looks at you like, okay, I think I'm okay. I think I'm okay. What's the plan?
Make
We
it or
going
stay
in
put.
or what are we doing?
Just stay put. We got a ship coming.
Okay.
Just
Meantime,
rest.
yeah, in the meantime, you see there's a one of these kind of a large hovering unit starts getting closer and closer to the town. You can tell it's in the darkness that it's a large opaque object hovering over top of the well, it's a town. It's not exactly a large city or anything. There are some, vehicles in the vicinity that you can see, but the large floating object kind of veers in and makes a slight maneuver. And you see there's once again, these lines strike out from that object into the ground, and you can see that these armored units start making their way down towards the surface of the planet. We also notice the back end of this thing open up, of the large object, and you can see some sort of thing load off. It comes down towards the surface and slowly descends. Appears to be grav assisted, and it tilts itself over. You can see some sort of like barbed appendages from the top of it, and it maneuvers its way in towards the town and starts making its way. You can see that there's a couple of bursts erupt from the town itself, from the windows. You can see that the citizens themselves are firing towards the items that are coming towards them. But you notice that this thing goes ahead and starts moving its top in a separate direction, and you can see some form of beam that comes out and hits one of the sides of the building and collapses it in, causing the momentary gunfire to cease. It keeps on moving along with these other troopers starting to move alongside of it. So it appears to be some sort of from what you can gather, some sort of a grav tank of some form. And, definitely a squad assisting it. They start clearing out buildings from the looks of it. They're like going from building to building. You hear some firing going on. They clear out that building. You can see some of them collapse as this occurs, and they go on to the next building, quelching any kind of incoming fire.
Yeah.
Meantime, Cobb, lying in a ditch, over by water, cold, alone, and it's dark. All you hear is kind of the off in the distance, some booms occurring towards where the town that you came from, well, the city that you came from. You can kind of smell some sort of a weird odor in the air. Kind of like burning, but electrical as well. The meantime, what's that?
Oh, I was just gonna say, just gonna, sit still and just clean my weapons and maintain them.
In the meantime, back at the base, Artemis, you're getting in transmissions from various parts of the planet that Overton kind of mentions to you that there is it sounds like they may have discovered that this is a full-on invasion happening on this planet here. I think they're realizing now that the two opposing sides on this planet are kind of, possibly getting together in order to stop this invasion.
I'm going to, being a diplomat, really is my core proficiency. I am going to try to see if I can establish a communications channel with the capital of Ruam, Valaris, since we didn't get a really nice reception at the other nation,
Okay.
and just basically contact them and ask to speak to someone in their defensive chain of command.
Okay, you get a hold of some sort of military communication, and they ask for your identification and all this other stuff that you don't readily have any kind of available information otherwise other than your own name. And they ask why would they want, why would you be so important that you need to talk to the leader of their country?
Yes, pleased to make your acquaintance. This is the unaligned off-world starship Nebuchadnezzar. We are currently in the vicinity of your planet and see that you're having a difficulty with looks like some sort of invading force. Want to see what might be what we might be able to contribute to help you defend the planet.
Okay, roll your diplomat roll for me, please. Very good. They let you know they will have their leader on within a couple of moments. Shortly, you get a transmission back. This is Vandomore Parare. How can I help you? Ship the outskirts.
Yes, my name is Adamus. I am from off-world. I am monitoring your difficulties with this opposing force. I don't know what assistance we might be able to provide, but I wanted to make contact and see if there is something that we can do for you.
He says, I've heard that there is some sort of attack that's been on the mainland of Amaru. However, we haven't been hit by anything yet, but we are kind of wary of what's occurring around here. Is your
I am transmitting the sensor readings that we have collected. It's probably better than what your indigenous sensors are able to detect. This intelligence should help you to prepare. This is a global invasion. This will not be limited to the continent of Amaru, and it does very much concern you. Passing this information now for your review. And again, we are not a warship, but we may be able to provide some assistance to you.
Okay, he refers to somebody kind of off on the lead on the line, and then he gets back to you. He says, "We can't read some of that information that you've sent. What we got was some idea that has been broadcasted to our radar stations, but we're not able to get most of what the information you have sent to us. Our technology is not quite up to par with what you have. Is there any chance you can make it to Valaris?"
That is possible if the security situation would not place our vessel in undue risk. I have crew members currently off the vessel that we are recovering at this time. Once the crew is aboard, we can discuss traveling to your location for further conversation.
He says, "Hold on. Maybe we can do something here. I can request some assistance from Amero since they have decided to maintain a somewhat of a peace treaty with us for the moment, and possibly give you some cover by maybe possibly doing somewhat of an attack on the opposition forces. I will get some verification from Mulkari and find out if he is able to coordinate an attack in order to allow you a little bit of a breather room to get to us.
Yes, that's acceptable. I will. My people currently are being pursued. I will pass along their general location, and if you can provide some assistance in freeing them up, that would be appreciated.
Roger that. I will see what I can do. Thank you for your assistance.
Rye, this is Adamus.
Go ahead.
I've made contact with the local planetary authorities. Looks like they are agreeing to cooperate with us. Expect some air support shortly that may improve your situation.
Roger that. Let Cobb know as well.
Yeah, I relayed to Cobb.
Yeah, roger that.
Short time passes, and the broadcast comes up again. This is Vanamore to Atamus.
This is Adamus. I read you.
We will have a coordinated attack at 0300 hours. However, we have reached the authorities of Amaru, and they have agreed to pick up your group and have them dispatched to Valaris itself.
I actually already have a transport en route to them at this time. If that, I would like them to take our transport. If that is unsuccessful for any reason, then we will gladly accept your assistance.
Very well. There will be an attack at 3. That should give you enough cover to get yourself over here to Valaris.
We'll see you shortly.
Soon enough, you get the signal that the attack has commenced.
Try to see, using sensors to see where the scout ship is, if it's nearing Rye's position yet.
Yeah, it is continuing on down through what appears to be some of the valleys. So it should be reaching there in possibly an hour.
Okay.
Okay.
Rye, keep your head down. The attack has commenced. Vessels inbound to your location. Should be there shortly.
After that, we're in a safe position.
And where you're at, Rye, you're noticing that the attackers have kind of cleared the area out. They've ended up taking a few prisoners and taking them on board up above on the craft above. And then shortly thereafter, they end up departing and moving along. suddenly it starts to veer off into one direction and then shoots off into that vicinity. You're hearing a lot of loud booming echoes in that direction that they're coming from, that they headed towards. In the meantime, it seems to be rather quiet down below there. Most of the town down there has been leveled. You see just basically cinders and smoke, rising up from various, regions in that town.
I think they love Cora.
What do you want to do? You want to go in there or stay here?
I think it would be in our best interest to stay here. I don't know what's out there, and we don't have enough ammunition to protect ourselves.
Okay.
A ship is inbound. We just need to wait a little longer for it to arrive.
Soon enough, after a little bit of a wait, you hear something getting closer and closer. And slowly, over the rise, you can see the scout ship. She looks up. She goes, "Oh, it's the last reward." She kind of nods off, and the ship kind of just hovers there and stops, and then takes a little bit of time, and it decides to descend. It comes to a land kind of getting close towards where that town is, where it's a little bit more flatter and open, and it comes to a halt, landing. It's in a standby position.
I pick up Cora and I carry her over to the ship.
You end up getting up towards the ship itself, and the hatch opens on the back end, leading a ramp, and you approach. You head into the ship, and you're kind of there with Cora, kind of nodding off.
I place her on a chair or a bench or whatever I find first.
Okay. You see that, it's basically kind of a straight pipe into this scout ship. No frills, not like the free trader that you're in. Not much variety in where to go in this thing. Basically, it does have one floor below, but it's just to access the cargo area. The above is kind of just a straight through, and goes right into basically a couple of quarters on either side. One has been kind of gutted open and kind of looks like basically where you would have maybe a little open area for possibly having any kind of medical procedure done, that sort of stuff. It kind of lends itself to that. Looks like a place that it would also serve as like a place to eat as well, with the table and everything. And then, of course, the two staterooms over on one side, one doesn't have a door anymore. The other one does have a door, but it seems to be the one that she has as her own occupational area, her own stateroom. You see before you as well the bridge array. You see quite an array of different kinds of screens, displays, that sort of thing. And then there is another hatch which leads into the avionics area.
Yeah, well, I put her in her stateroom
Okay.
and basically let this thing autopilot to Cobb.
Righty. Go ahead and let's see, Rye's abilities here. Yep, just give yourself a basic flyer, please. You seem to hit a couple of buttons that'll make it function, and the ship kind of lifts off and starts to continue to turn and starts heading towards, hopefully, the location of where you said towards Cobb.
Yeah.
Okay. Towards where Cobb would be. Shortly, and in the meantime, you are heading towards Valeris. Artemis?
My plan is to remain where I'm at until
Okay.
the crew is recovered and
Okay.
returns, and then we'll go together.
Meantime, Cobb, you hear something approaching up above.
I'll try to hide a little deeper into the bushes and not make any movements.
Okay. Spencer, you're starting to hear something come up on screen. It's indicating that there is something else in the air.
This can't be good.
The ship is still heading towards Cobb's location.
Okay, I'm gonna investigate and see what it is.
You're checking out what the screens display. It appears to be a craft unknown. It is approximately 30 tons of displacement. Kind of, seems to kind of equate to maybe something that you've seen before. Seem to be about 30 tons. The other landing craft that you've seen.
Open up communication. This is Rye. Identify yourself.
Okay, you see the vessel indicates it's starting to turn towards you. Starting to turn itself around.
Okay, well, that can't be good.
There is no reply.
Well, we'll just have to keep on course to try and get the Cobb.
Okay. The
Hey, Rye, this is Adamus. I'm monitoring your situation. I will attempt to send a command signal to see if I can accelerate, basically overclock the engine and accelerate the vessel to escape what's chasing you.
Copy that.
So pushing the engines, try to get the craft to move faster for them.
Okay, so you want to avoid, it seems to be in the location of where Cobb is. This other craft.
Okay, I thought it was pursuing Rice
Nope.
Group. Okay.
Nope.
I will still make those preparations for after they pick Cobb up to make an escape for them.
Okay. Spencer, you have this ship turning around in front of you.
Got my eyes on it, and it's not answering, so I'm just trying to get out of there.
You see a turret system on top of it turning around.
Oh, shit. Let's see if we can do evasive maneuvers. Try and keep it guessing on our movements.
While he's doing that, I'm going to try to send a narrowband signal to that vessel and basically try to fool them into thinking there's a higher priority call from somewhere, another location that they're being retasked to travel to immediately.
Okay.
I've got their transponder code, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
So I will call out to their transponder code and say, attention, immediate retasking. Turn northwest towards Scythium immediately. Enemy force in contact, troops in contact. Request immediate backup. Turn towards Scythium now.
And you're broadcasting this in your own voice.
Probably be a data blast, actually. I'm not sure that. Yeah.
Okay. Alrighty.
Be over their transponder. They would get this message through the transponder.
So they, you notice the ship goes ahead and starts moving away, but it's kind of, as it's moving away, it's kind of looking in your general direction, Spencer. And then it ends up heading off into a certain direction.
I'm trying to look in the pilot and see who it is.
In the pilot?
Well,
It's
into
far.
the cockpit.
It's still a distance away from you.
I got a telescope.
try and look at it while you're getting what appears to be like a couple of figures in what you can see, and appears to be a fully crewed vessel. But you can't get any other kind of, like you can see some movement, but you're still quite distant from this thing.
I'm still trying to get to Cobb, so don't
Yep.
really have time to investigate the ship.
And okay, slowly you come upon to where the it's indicating where Cobb should be. Starts descending. Meantime,
This is Rye.
Cobb, yeah, you're noticing that there's a disturbance in the area here.
Okay. I'll pull out my I don't have it in my inventory anymore, but I'll pull out my Gauss pistol.
You see something coming down. It's a ship. It's probably a scout ship by the looks of it. You've never seen this ship before.
Yeah. So yeah, like I say, I'll pull out my gun.
This is Rye. Cobb, this is Rye. I'm in the scout ship. I'm here to pick you up.
Oh, thank God. Took you long enough.
Yeah, you see the scout ship. Looks pretty cool. It's, it's got a turret system on it and everything.
Could have used it.
More concerned about getting my crewmen.
And it lands, and you've got an access ramp to come on board.
So head up and in.
Yep, go on in, and you're finally like, oh, a ship. Yeah. Enough of this. Enough of this ground.
Probably ended there.
Yeah.
You haven't seen so
Yeah,
much ground in your
vampire.
life, and bugs and stuff and things swimming out in the water that you don't know about.
I'm probably at this point going slightly native.
And on board you go, and you're kind of like, this is a little different. It's a very small ship, kind of crowded. Not too much room to maneuver around, not like that far trader that you're used to. But yeah, you notice that there is a stateroom. You can see Rye. He's at kind of like the bridge area. It's pretty much a straight pipe through the ship to get to everything in here. And yeah, he's there. Finally get to see a familiar face in quite a long time.
Good to have you back,
Does this
Bob.
place have a... Oh, thanks. Does this place have like a shower or something?
There's a fresher in the spare stateroom there.
Probably use that to get rid of some of the mud and whatever else.
Yeah, you're pretty messed up,
accumulated.
dirty. Been out in the woods for a bit. And yeah, you go ahead and start getting yourself cleaned up. The ship itself on a course towards Volaris or towards the hidden shelter.
Back to the shelter. I thought we would travel
back to the
together to
shelter.
Volaris.
Yeah.
I'm also taking some measurements to see if that scout ship would fit in our own hold, if we could take it along with us.
In your own hold? No, it would not.
Okay.
Your free trader's like double the size, but there's no way it would fit within the cargo.
Would I look to see if there's any way to dock the ship and create a shared jump?
Good to see you're alive and well, Cora.
And she looks around. She goes, "Why didn't you get me up to move the ship?" She gets herself over. I need something to help me. She kind of looks to you there, Doctor.
I come over and I stabilize her.
Adrenaline?
Yeah.
Okay, give her a shot of adrenaline. She starts to come to. She ends up getting into the seat of the ship, and she ends up saying, "Belt yourself in." And she goes ahead and throws the throttle forwards. Now the ship is going at quite a high rate of speed and makes its way quite quickly towards the hidden entrance of the shelter. And all of a sudden, Adamus, you start hearing the klaxons going on, and you can see that the base itself, once again, opens the hangar doors. And then you see the scout ship start coming in. And it comes to a abrupt stop on the platform. And it powers down. You see the three emerge out. Cora somewhat limping. But once again, the entire crew is back together again.
In the interim, we have between me and the what's his face from the other planet, the guards. We have taken all that robotics equipment, anything else of value that isn't bolted down, and loaded it on board of our ship, so we're ready to roll.
Okay. Are you taking any of the other supplies that are here as well, or is that
Probably
Yeah,
gonna grab
anything
it.
is
everything? Okay.
everything we
Okay.
can. Yep.
All right. And heading towards Valeris.
Yeah, I think it's
Okay.
our next stop.
Alrighty.
I'll fill the crew in on the conversation and the fact that we may have a lucrative opportunity in Valeris. Rick, we're a little over time. I'm not sure how late you want to go.
That is, yeah, it's time now. So we will continue on for our next I'm starting to fade myself. We will continue on next week once again. From this point onwards, get the crew over to Valeris, and I thank you guys, whoever is out there, for showing up and watching this procedure of a game. And and yeah, we'll do it again next week. We do have another game scheduled for tomorrow. Are we still good for that? Everybody all good? Okay.
I think so.
All right, and that'll be the Godforsaken, where we'll do some interesting delving in fantasy and continue on from there. Meantime, yeah, once again, thanks again for showing up, and I really appreciate anybody who's been watching this continuously. We're just trying to enjoy making content for everybody and see how it goes.
You bet.
Meantime, if you feel like it, just hit that subscribe button and follow us. If not, you are losing out. You're losing out on lots. Take care, guys.